Integral of tangent to the fifth 2 theta d theta. I see we have an odd power of tangent on this problem. So the general outline for an attack like this is to save a secant and a tangent and convert everything into secants. However, we don't have any secants here. So it may help to think of this as the integral of tangent to the fifth 2 theta times secant to the 0 of 2 theta d theta. We have no powers of secant. If this isn't enough, it may help further to write this as tangent to the fifth 2 theta times secant 2 theta over secant 2 theta d theta. So now the strategy here is to save one secant and one tangent. So we can write this as tangent to the fourth 2 theta over secant 2 theta. And we've saved a power of secant and a power of tangent. And now once we've saved our secant and tangent, we convert everything else to secants. So remember here we have a tangent to the fourth and tangent to the fourth 2 theta. It's the same thing as tangent squared 2 theta squared. And we can replace that tangent squared with secant squared 2 theta minus 1, and that's squared. So that's what we have in our numerator. So this becomes the integral of secant squared 2 theta minus 1, all squared, divided by secant 2 theta times secant 2 theta tangent 2 theta d theta. We've converted to secants, so now we'll do the substitution. U equals secant 2 theta. We take the derivative to get du, so du is 2 secant 2 theta tangent 2 theta d theta. And that's almost what we saved. We're just missing the factor of 2. So we multiply by 2 and then divide the integral by 2. We can now rewrite this as 1/2 the integral of u squared minus 1 squared over u du. Now the numerator we can distribute through, which will give us 1/2 integral of u to the fourth minus 2u squared plus 1 all over u du. We can now split this into separate integrals, separate fractions. So this becomes 1/2 the integral of u cubed minus 2u plus 1 over u du. And each of these we have formulas for. So we can write this as 1/2 times u to the fourth over 4 minus 2u squared over 2 plus ln u plus c. And then we can finally replace all the u's that we see with secant 2 theta. So we've got 1/2 times secant 2 theta to the fourth over 4 minus secant squared 2 theta plus ln of secant 2 theta plus c.